The Sadness is the debut film of Robert Chabaz. Films the film in Taiwan, so I don't know if it's a Taiwanese film. But anyways, I heard a lot of stuff about this movie, and I just decided to go watch it with a friend. We got some free tickets because of a thing, and wow. This movie is basically 28 Days Later meets The Crazies on steroids, with some sexual assault thrown in. This movie's not for the faint of heart. When I say that, I don't say that lightly, because this movie kind of feels like a modern day exploitation film. You know, back in the 90s, Herman Lau did the Untold Story and the Ebola Syndrome, where, you know, it's basically a movie just about depravity, you know, just sexual assault, cannibalism, just murder. This movie is very similar because it's about a couple named Jim and Kat. They're having a bit of a fight. He drops her off at the train station for work. And however, the Alvin virus is a new thing that's going around, and people say, it's not going to be a big deal. However, one scientist says that the Alvin virus will be dangerous because it has a chance to mutate, because it's very similar to the rabies virus. This movie really starts off really idyllic and really slow. Jim and Kat are basically a couple that have been together, and he drops her off. However, they see some violence on the way to work, and when he goes to a cafe to get some coffee, the shit hits the fan, and it hits the fan hard. This movie is full of like really gory visual effects, attack sequences. It's based off of a Garth Ennis comic book called Crossed, where people get infected with this virus and they do evil things. So that's the sort of new, sort of fresh take on this. This is a virus movie in the vein of 28 Days Later or The Crazies, but they keep their lucidity. And there's like this, they basically go into overdrive and they want to kill, maim, eat, and rape anything that moves that isn't one of them. So Jim and Kat basically have to try to find each other in this apocalyptic world while things are going to hell. And the movie sort of takes little breaks. So they'll have like a set piece and then a sort of like denouement and then a set piece, and it just keeps getting wilder and wilder as the movie goes on. But there are some moments of emotional tenderness to balance out all the viscera and all the gore and all the violence. This movie definitely, like, it doesn't hold back. It honestly feels like a modern day exploitation film. It just keeps going. It surprises you. There's a lot of shock value, but there's also a lot of technical display for a debut of the actress and the director. He does a really good job. There's some shaky cam at the beginning of the movie, but that gets abandoned quickly, and I'm glad. But The Sadness is definitely raises the bar in terms of a virus infection movie, because, you know, this isn't just like a 28 Days Later where they attack you and eat you. They also throw in the fear of sexual assaults. Men and women get it as well, and that adds an extra layer of dread to the madness. So The Sadness is a very intense horror film, and I give it a perfect 10.